Okay, I wanted to show you what I've got going so far. If you start at the bottom, I've got the 4 rows are sewed together. And I wanted to tell you that on my last video, I said that there was 5 of these corner blocks. Well, of course, there's not 5. There's not 5 corners. I apologize. There are 4 of them. And sorry I'm moving around so much. I know that you experienced quilters know this, but I just want to point out when you sew the rows together that be sure and start with your middle 9 patch. When you fold that top row, the next row over that I'm going to sew, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th row, the long row, that 9 patch, pin it to the snowball at the seams. Pin it all the way across each block at the seams. And that way, you see how mine down here, they're pretty darn good if I do say so myself. But that's what you have to do, is pin each block to the block that you're sewing. So you're going to have a lot of pins, but that's the only way to keep everything from shifting. And it's the right way to do it. And your rows will just be perfect. Now, when I was sewing the rows horizontally together, each row together, a few of my snowball corners were not perfect as far as meeting that 9 patch by the side of it. And you know, I took out several of them and re-sewed, and then I thought to myself, why am I doing this? I don't have to be perfect. To the eye, they look perfect. And to that baby, they're going to look perfect. And to that mama, they're going to look perfect. So I quit doing that. Unless it just really sticks out like a sore thumb and it's totally off. Then you've got to undo what you sewed, go back, take your snowball apart at that junction where it's crooked and sew it above. What it usually takes is to sew just above your seam and it'll meet better. So I hope I'm making myself clear and that you can understand what I'm saying. I'm not, after I get it all completely finished, sewn, put together, I'm going to put it up on the wall and we'll look at it. And then I'm going to call this tutorial done, because you can go to the Yellow Brick Road series and get how I pieced the back together and how I did the binding. There's a good lesson on the binding. And all of that is in the Yellow Brick Road part 4 and 5, I believe. But you might look at 3, 4, and 5. And the quilting is in 6 and 7. Or 5 and 6. But anyway, everything that you need to know how to finish this baby quilt will be provided for you in the Yellow Brick Road series. And I hope you'll go and look at that if you haven't already. And I have failed to mention in so many of my tutorials, but I would love to hear from you in your comments below, and I would love for you to subscribe. So if you want to put I subscribed in the state you're from, that would be kind of fun to see where everybody is from. So that's all until I get it up on the wall, and then we'll look at it from a different angle. Thank you. Well, there it is. And I must say, I'm very proud. And look how different it looks when it's not diagonal. It is amazing. You see the 9 patch look like triangles down there at the bottom. It's a whole different look, and I love it. I just love the sides. Now, I need your opinion. What do you think I ought to do for the binding? I'd love for you to comment and tell me, and I'll go with the majority. I'll decide the backing, but I want y'all to decide on the binding, okay? But it turned out so, well, it turned out gorgeous. I'm just very, very proud of it. And I really hope you'll try to make this. It's stunning, really, and the way it turned out. And it wasn't that hard. It's just a great block and a great little baby quilt. When I do get it all finished and it's quilted, I think I might hand quilt it because the baby's not due till December. And I think I would love to do that. I love to hand quilt. But I'll see. I haven't got there yet. But like I mentioned before, if you want to see instructions on binding and putting on the backing and everything, go to Nickel and Dime channel, Nickel and Dime Decor channel, and find the Yellow Brick Road series, and you'll get a good lesson on videos 4 and 5 on putting the binding and the backing on, and anything else you need to know about finishing a quilt. Thank you again. It's been a lot of fun. God bless.